new here, welcome. My name is Ashley and I post new, usually Disney inspired content every single week. Today's video is a DIY video. I will be showing you how to make like epoxy, either keychains or these little dudes that are little, they're like just little straw decorations, super cute. And this is a pop socket for the back of a phone. So that's what we're going to be learning today. So let's go. Okay, so for this project you're going to need epoxy. You'll need part A and part B. I get mine off of Amazon. You'll need some kind of mica powder or eyeshadow. I use this old eyeshadow. Measuring cups, glitter, any kind of glitter. I love glitter. Little silicone molds, which I bought off of Etsy. A popsicle stick to stir with. And some gloves. The gloves are important because if you get the epoxy on your hand, it could burn. So the first thing you're going to do is put your glove on and take your measuring cups. You are going to do the same part of A that you do of B. So I think for these projects, I think I either did 40 or 60 of each one, just because I knew that I had a lot of molds that I wanted to do. So you need to make sure that you get them completely even, because if you don't, they won't set quite right if it's not even. So I usually try to have them side by side. That way not only can I go by the milliliters on the side, but I can kind of look at them as well, just to make sure that they're even. And once you get them poured, then comes the fun part of stirring. I dump them into a different cup, and you want to make sure that you scrape the sides. You want to make sure that you get all of it out, because again, if you leave a bunch in, then it's just not going to mix right. So I did kind of speed this up and cut some of it out, because nobody wants to sit there and watch a video for 3 minutes of me just stirring and scraping epoxy. So the mixing part is the most important part, because you want to mix it slowly to make sure that you get all of the bubbles and stuff out, because if you don't, the bubbles will be noticeable in your project. So once you are done scraping and you stir for a little while, you'll kind of be able to tell, because when you start, it'll be kind of a milky color almost, but then once it's completely mixed together, you'll be able to see that it's a clear color. So as you can see there, the epoxy is now clear and we are able to start our project. So I set up these little shot glasses that I got for $1, because then I can use them and throw them away. I take however many colors that I want to do, and then I will actually just pour the epoxy in and just divide it between the cups. You want to make sure that you do have an idea of what you want to do for each project, because you may need more of one color. So you want to make sure that you account for that, because you want to make sure that you have enough epoxy to fill the molds, or else it won't come out right. So I had set up 7, but I ended up only using 6, which was fine, because it was enough for what I wanted to do. So next is the fun part. Next you get to decide what colors you want to do. I did a grayish silver colored eyeshadow, and then I added some silver glitter that I had. And you'll want to mix that all together. And this, again, you want to do it the same way. You want to scrape the sides and you want to make sure that you go slow so that a bunch of bubbles don't form into your epoxy. So that's what it's going to look like when it's mixed. It'll be a little see-through, but that's no big deal. So next you're going to pull over the mold that you want to use. I am using Cinderella's Castle keychain. And then you just dump it in. You want to be careful because you don't want to overflow it. Because if you overflow it, then once it dries, you'll have to take like a file or a piece of sandpaper or something to it and sand down the sides where it went over. But super easy. So then you're just going to do the same thing to all the others. Okay, so now once you get all of the molds filled and you've used all of your epoxy, I do make sure that I use every last bit of it because it is kind of pricey and you don't want to waste it. Now comes my favorite part, the unmolding. I love this part. So I'm going to be unmolding two of the ones that I made before because you do have to let them dry for 24 hours. So this, I mean, it's a super easy part. You literally just kind of bend it a little bit and pull it out of the mold. Like I said, if you do not let it dry for 24 hours, it'll be pliable and you don't want that. So there's one of the straw toppers. And I love making those. They're so cute. So now you're going to take E6000 or E600 glue and carefully, because you do not want to get this on your fingers, but you're carefully going to put it on the back of the bow, just kind of all over the back of the bow. And then you're going to take that and you are going to apply it on to the Mickey head. And it doesn't take very long to dry. So I think I maybe left it to dry for maybe an hour and it was good. So super easy. And then I did the same thing with the pop socket, which I bought the blank pop sockets off of Etsy as well. I will try to link all the different Etsy shops that I purchased my stuff off of at the bottom or in the description. But again, being super careful with the glue because you don't want to get it everywhere. Then you just stick it on there, and it actually fit perfectly on there. It was the perfect size. I had actually ordered 2 different sizes of those Mickey heads to do, but decided to go with the smaller one. So yeah, that's it. So that was how to make some keychains and some pop sockets and some straw decoration things. Super simple. And it's so much fun to do. You kind of have just like free reign and it's fun. If you enjoyed that video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And yeah, just have a super magical week. Bye guys.